Chapter 9. He knew bad news could come even on the happiest of days. He knew it could arrive even when sadness was as far from the heart as Raspansheka is from Cape Angulas, Agulhas. He knew any given day could be like the day his brother sent a text message asking him to call back as soon as possible. That had been a good day. On warm sunny Saturday, he was at the Lad Lobster in Times Square with Nini and Leomi, eating with his favorite people at his favorite restaurant. He had immediately called his brother back and listened to him say in a panicked voice and that their father had come down with an ugly case of malaria and could barely talk. Pazonga's eyes had rolled to the back of his head. Jan learned, and he was now in a conversation with his long-dead father. He needed to be rushed to a private hospital in Douala. Money for hospital could be borrowed from a businessman in Sokolo if Jan could talk to the lender and promise to send the fund for repayment as soon as possible. I beg you, Jan, his brother had said. You get full promise for send the money now, so or Papa go die by daybreak. Jan had not been able to finish his food after that call. Nanny had asked the waiter to wrap up the salted shrimp while Jan ran first to an ATM to withdraw money from their savings account and then to a bodega bearing a Western Union logo on its window to transfer the fund to Cameron. He ran along 8th Avenue like a deranged man, pushing aside tourists so he could send the money as soon as he could, even though the time would make no difference since his brother would not be able to retrieve the money till Monday. His father had survived, and Jan had been reminded that indeed bad news has a way of slithering into good days and making a mockery of complacent joys. But the day Bubakar called, that Tuesday in April 2008, was not a special day. Jan was at work and the weather was cold, the street of Manhattan as brutal to drive on as any other day. He was parked on a street corner reading Clark's discarded Wall Street Journal when he saw Bubakar's name flashing on his phone. He picked up the phone warily, knowing it had to be big news, good or bad. Immigration lawyers like doctor did not call to say hello. Bubakar said hello, asked about his day. His voice was somber and serious, lacking the and abis he often added at the end of the sentence, and from that Jan could tell something was amiss. Even when Bubakar asked about Nanny and Leomi and tried to make a small talk about life as a chauffeur, Jan could tell the man was merely sterilizing a spot on his heart so he could inject painful words. I finally received the letter, Bubakar said. What did they say? The asylum application was not approved. The lawyer told him the case was being referred to an immigration judge. Jan would need to appear in court because the government was going to begin removal proceeding against him. I tried my very best, my brother said. I truly did. I'm sorry. Jan said nothing. His heart was pounding too fast for his mouth to open. I know it's not good news, my brother, but don't worry, he went on. We will keep fighting. There is a lot we can do to keep you in the country. Still, Jan could muster no words. It's very hard, I know. But we must try to be strong, okay? The silence remained. Stay strong, my brother. You've got to say very strong. I know it's a mighty shock. Really, the decision is shocking me too. Very much not right now. What can we do? The only thing we can do right now is to keep fighting. Finally, Jan muttered a barely audible something. Huh? I said, this means I have to leave America. They say that, yes. They don't believe your story that you will be killed by Nanny's family if you go back to Cameroon. I thought you said it was a good story, Mr. Abubakar. In fact, you yourself told me that they would believe me. We left the interview happy. You told me I had answered the question very well and that the immigration woman looked like she believed me. Yes, but like I told you the last time we spoke, I didn't think it was a good sign when she told us to go home and wait for the decision in the mail instead of asking us to come back to the Epsilon office in a couple of weeks to pick it up. I didn't want to read too much into it. You told me not to worry too much about the fact that it was taking them too much time to mail us the decision because immigration is very slow. That's what you said. They don't even have this decency to apologize and explain why it took them a whole eternity to make one decision. You didn't make it sound that bad, Mr. Bubakar. You told me that the woman was very satisfied with my answers. I thought so, my brother. I thought she was. But who knows how those bastards at immigration really think. We give them a story and hope they believe it. But some of them are wicked people, very wicked. Some people in this country don't want people like me and you here. What is going to happen to me now? Are they going to arrest me and force me inside a plane? Will I get a chance to say goodbye? Oh no, God forbid, inshallah. It will never get to do that. No, for now you're going to get a date when you have to stand in front of an immigration judge. I see a lawyer will be there, pushing for the judge to throw you out of the country. I will be there, standing next to you, pushing for you to remain. I'm going to do everything I can to convince the judge that the people at USCIS was wrong and that you belong in America. The judge will either side with ICE lawyer and deny your asylum application, and he will side with us and approve the application so you can remain in the country and get a green card. Inshallah, the judge will side with us. So you are saying it's going to be you versus the lawyer from the government? That's correct. Me versus the lawyer. Better man go win all. Oh, Papa, I know my brother. I know, believe me. But you have to put your faith in me. We must, okay? We're going to do this together. Have we not made in this far together? Dan took in a deep breath. The car seat had turned into a bed of needles. Did I not help you make it this far? Bubakar said. Did I not petition USCIS to give you a work permit when they were taking too long to get to your case? Huh? It is not because of that work permit that you were able to get a driver's license and now have a better job. What am I going to do? You've got to trust me. It's not that I don't trust. Did I not help you apply for a student visa for your wife to come here and go to school? I got your whole family together in New York, my brother. Got you this close. The least you can do is trust me that, inshallah, we will win this case and you will get a green card. Dan's mouth dried up. Bubakar asked if he had any other question. When do I have to be in court? He asked softly, dreading the response. Bubakar said he didn't know. He did receive only a letter of explanation today, but Dan should be getting the notice to appear with the court date soon enough. You have any more questions, my brother? Dan said no. He could think of nothing more to say or ask. Call me anytime with any questions, okay? Even if you just want to talk. Dan hung up. He dropped his phone on his lap. He did not move. He could not move. Not even his mind could move. Not the ability to create thoughts deserted him. What he'd lived in fear of the past 3 years had happened, and the powerless was worse than he'd imagined. If not for his pride, he would have cried, but tears, of course, would have been useless. His days in America were numbered, and there was nothing salty water running out of his eyes could do. Upper West Siders strolled by, MTA buses stopped by, a house of keys of scooters rushed by, followed by drillmen, their mummies or grandmas or aunties or nannies, cautioning them to slow down. Please be careful. Mighty would soon be done with his piano lesson. The nanny would be calling in about 12 minutes to ask Jan to bring the car to the front of the teacher's building. What should he do in those 12 minutes? Call Danny? No, she was probably on her way to pick Naomi up from his school program. Call Winston? No, he was working. It wouldn't be right to call him with bad news at work. Besides, there was nothing he could do. There was nothing anyone could do. No one could save him from American immigration. He would have to go back home. He would have to return to a country where visions of better life were the brightest of the overblessed few, to a town from which dreamers like him were fleeing daily, and his family would have to return to Newtown empty-handed, with nothing but tales about what they've seen and done in America. And when people asked why they returned and moved back into his parents' clumping caravan house, they would have to tell a lie, a very good lie, because that would be the only way to escape the shame and the indignity, the shame he could live with, but his failings as a husband and father. He looked out the window at the people walking on Amsterdam Avenue. None of them seemed concerned that the day might be one of his last days in America. Some of them were laughing. That night, after he told Nanny, he watched her cry the first tear of sadness she'd ever cried in America. "What are we going to do?" she asked him. "What do we have to do?" "I don't know," he replied. Please dry your eyes, Nanny. Tears are not going to help us right now." "Oh, Papa girl, what are we going to do?" she cried, ignoring his plea. "How can we keep on fighting? How much more money do we need to spend now? And it's going to be a court case." "I don't know," he said again. "I'm going to call Bubakar soon to discuss more. The news hit me so bad. It was as if someone was pressing a pillow against my face. They would have to use the money they had saved if they agreed, all of it, the couple $1,000 they had put away by sticking to a monthly budget, and which they hoped to one day put toward a renovation of his parents' house, a down payment on a condo in Westchester Country, and Leo's college education. If they had to get rid of their cable and internet and take second jobs, they do that. If they had to do, if they had to go to bed hungry, they do that too. They would do everything do, they could to remain in America, to give Leo a chance to grow up in America. Should we tell Naomi now, so he can be prepared if we have to leave? And then Sam shook his head and said, "No, let him stay happy."